So I was talking to an old friend the other day who doesn't live here in St. George. And she was telling me, she's like, you are one of, I swear, 10 people who I know who have moved to St. George relatively recently. And so she was just asking me, what is it like to live in St. George? I mean, she wanted to know. She's like, should I move there? Like, what is the appeal? So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about what is it like to live in St. George, Utah.
So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Sean Azad.
And I'm Courtney Dezad, and we're with Keller Williams Realty right here in St. George, Utah. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in St. George, Utah, don't forget to press on the subscribe button and don't forget to press on the bell so you're notified every time that we upload a new video, because we upload new videos every week.
Yeah, and we are licensed realtors right here in the state of Utah. So as much as we love making these videos and how much we love making these videos.
They're fun.
Yes, they are. But what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home in Utah, or in St. George region, I should say, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back. So I remember the first time that we ever came here to St. George, we were driving from Vegas, and you go through this mountain pass. All of a sudden, this giant outcropping of like rocks comes up, and then you go through this mountain pass. And then when you get to the end of the mountain pass, all of a sudden you're kind of like going to a valley. And it's like you've opened up into a different world almost, because all of a sudden the rocks are all red. And you have this beautiful little glistening city surrounded by these red rocks. And then you think to yourself, wow, this is kind of like a little jewel in the middle of the American Southwest.
Yeah, and it's not so little anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's, the metro population of St. George region is about 200,000 people, give or take. Mm-hmm. And in fact, it's kind of growing. Like I believe that there was a census survey done where between July of 2020 and July of 2021, the actual population increased by 5.1%, which is kind of crazy when it increases 5% in 1 year.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so I would say that's actually one thing that I really like about living here in St. George, is that you almost get the benefits of like living in a small town, but at the same time, it's big enough that you don't have to really sacrifice like the conveniences of what, say, like a bigger metropolitan area. Like you have Costco, like you have maybe not all the shopping that you'd ever want, but you have enough where you don't feel like deprived.
Well, I would say maybe it's one of those things where it has its roots as a small town, and it's growing so fast that it doesn't even realize that it's actually a medium-sized metropolitan area than a small one. So it's kind of, or like what I guess you call it, micropolitan, right? Like a smallish metropolitan area. So we're just going so fast here that it's like, oh wow, but we still have like our roots to like with the small town feel.
Yeah, and I would say one thing that a lot of people say that they like about living in a smaller town is that the people are a lot nicer. The people are very welcoming. And that's something that we've definitely experienced.
Yeah, anecdotally, that's been our case. That, like, the neighbors are super neighborly and friendly.
Oh, ¿qué pasa, papá? Hola.
Just walking down the street, people are just very open, like welcoming. It's very interesting because we come from Southern California, which is a mega metropolitan area. And you kind of have your blinders on. You're kind of, again, it just kind of, you just like, there's just too many people. And so here it's, you kind of go, oh wait, let's just kind of take it easy, acknowledge other humans' existence, which is nice. They're acknowledging ours. It's like, oh wow, we're people too. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, when the Ironman World Championships was here, that was actually something a lot of the athletes said, is that they were so, really surprised by just how welcoming the people were, and that it was honestly like the best crowd that they've ever experienced, which is a lot to say, because the Ironman World Championships are traditionally held in Hawaii, and a lot of the athletes say like that's the best crowd that they've ever experienced. But to say that is really telling. It's really like a testament to just how nice and welcoming people are here.
For sure.
I will say though, because I mean, obviously this place is growing, it's changing. So we are definitely experiencing like the growing pains that come along with any big growth. I mean, there's definitely, people have their opinions, like we're going too fast, we're not going fast enough. Like everyone's got an opinion, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you definitely, I feel like when you come here, you see just the change, and like there's so much construction going on, there's so much housing going on.
For sure.
And so it's almost like I remember my best friend, so she is a professional, well she's retired now, but she was a professional tennis player, and she said that one time she got sick when she was in Shanghai, and she literally was like sick for like a week in her hotel room. And then she remembers when she woke up, that she felt like the city had grown in that week that she had been laying in bed. And that you almost get that experience here. Like you go away, let's say maybe we go to like Park City for a week to like visit Sean's sister, and we come back and we're like, whoa, it feel like it's changed.
Progress. That's what I like.
Like it really has changed. Like,
well, when you have 5% growth in 1 year, that's kind of telling you all I need to know. I mean, that's some significant growth right there. And yeah, you do see just new outcroppings of construction projects taking place all the time.
mm-hmm.
And again, it's just fascinating to see this transformation. And it's weird when you see one construction project and then it's just like, like a huge gap of space, like hundreds of yards of space between another one. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, in a few years, this is going to be linked by just more development. It's kind of crazy.
Even out in places, in the outskirts where there's a lot of construction going on, like let's say like out in Hurricane or something, not only are they building a ton of homes, but they're also building a lot of infrastructure.
Sure.
They're building a lot of stores. And, even here, like the downtown region, it's changing. I feel like all the time. There's like new stores that are opening all the time. I feel like every time you look, there's some new restaurant or something else that's opening up.
Yeah, like Rock Taco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or the pie one that's like right next door to it. Like it's all seemingly just happening so quickly.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I would say that what's good is that we're not. I think that that the city plan, everyone that's kind of working with this construction, obviously we are growing quickly, but we're actually still maintaining our identity here in St. George. We're not becoming something different.
Yeah, I would say that people are trying to keep the charm of what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
I would also say another great aspect about living here, and when you are here, it's something that you really appreciate, is that you don't have to deal with the harsh winters with lots of snow.
Oh yeah.
But you do have access to Bryan Head. It's only 90 minutes away. It's super easy to get there. And so you can get some of the great, the really famous champagne snow. That's what Utah is famous for. And you have access to that, but then you don't have to deal with, the yuckiness of of the shoveling of the snow.
Yeah, obviously some people want the whole Four Seasons kind of feel. That wasn't.
I mean, you do get 4 seasons here.
I think it 2-ish seasons.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does. It's not to say that it doesn't get cold in the winter, because it definitely does.
It's chillier.
It's chillier, but it's not like. I mean, there's certain times that you can still. I mean, if you want to, you could wear a t-shirt in December.
Yeah, well, we get people all the time reaching out to us that they're just tired of the harsh winters. In Montana, even northern parts of Utah, or in Idaho.
Colorado.
Yeah, so they're just going. We're done with it. We want to be able to golf all year round. And so they, again, it's a natural migration down here.
Mm-hmm. So I'd say another cool thing about living here, especially if you're not from here. So I think, when we decided that we're going to move, we were thinking, we're going to miss our friends and all that stuff. But you get to enjoy being close to Vegas. And Vegas is an easy meeting point for a lot of people. So if someone...
People go to Vegas? What? I've never heard of such
So I feel like when you live here, you get to have the benefits of Vegas without having to deal with Vegas, right?
Yes, exactly. You're far enough away, it's fun to have the party out there, but inside, not fun to be close to the party, but you want to be neighbors with that party, because then that party kind of encroaches on you.
You don't have to clean up after the party. Like when you wake up and there's cans that are knocked over and stuff. We don't want that. We're just going to enjoy it and then leave.
Yes, it's honestly, the commute reminds me of, we're from Southern California, Orange County area, and basically what's very popular to do is I'm going to do a weekend trip out to San Diego, because it's about a 90-minute drive, give or take, and that's a super popular thing to do. So use San Diego as a quick little weekend vacation. And Las Vegas is so similar in that in those regards, because it's only getting about 90 minutes out, and you get to have, talk about stuff to do in Vegas. There's just so much to do between the entertainment, the shopping, the dining. Anything is crazy in Vegas. Yeah. But again, do you want to necessarily live within all that? That's the question a lot of people don't. They want their outdoor lifestyle. They want what St. George has to offer, which is what we wanted. But we obviously do have that close proximity.
Yeah, like I love visiting big
Yes.
cities. Like I love visiting Vegas. I love visiting New York. Like I love visiting Paris. I don't want to live there. Like, so when you have Vegas near you, you get the opportunity to visit really anytime you want.
Yeah, you can make it a day trip, honestly. It's only 90 minutes, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, and then, then you can leave.
You're like, I'm over it. I'm done.
Another thing that is cool about living here, what it's like to live here, is that I would say education is very...
It's a priority.
It's a priority for, I would say, the community. If you look at the rankings of just Utah's schools in general, U.S. News and World Report, they rank Utah very high for education in general. So that's a reason that we chose to live here, because we have, young children, and we think it's important. We like that also there's universities here. There's a university up in Cedar City as well, which is very close.
Yes.
So you have, I feel like, and also I think statistically, Utah's population is one of the most highest educated populations in the country. So it's just, something was important to us and that we liked. And then going back to, the whole idea of living here, you do get a little bit of like the small town living. I do think that just in my opinion, people do maybe like enjoy life a little bit more. They take time to smell the roses than maybe in some of the bigger, metropolitan areas around the country. Sometimes you can get, just in the rat race, right? You're like in the rat race of, some big city, and you're so stressed out all the time that like you don't get a chance to enjoy life. I feel like that here you can take a breath almost.
Yeah, but it's that happy medium, right?
Yeah.
For me, I did not want to go from a relatively fast-paced way of living to snail's pace, right? Like I that would drive me crazy. I used to live in Maui for a couple of years, and I just got stir crazy because I couldn't handle how slow things were moving. There's got to be a happy medium where you're enjoying life, but still you're being productive. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, St. George offers that happy medium where you're still getting stuff done, but you're not going at that frantic pace, like a New York minute, basically.
Yeah. Obviously Utah is a great, very business friendly state. So, the economy here is humming along. So it's not like nobody gets anything done.
Yes.
I just think that, maybe just taking one step back.
Yes, exactly.
So that's it. That's our video.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, we are licensed realtors right here in the state of Utah. So as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home in St. George region, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back.